Good morning, Fairfax kids. Today is Tune In Tuesday, and we are going to be doing some really cool science experiments today. So, I've got my glasses and I'm ready to do some science. So, we're going to do 2 science experiments today, and both of these are experiments that you can do right at home with us. Just make sure you have a parent to help you. And make sure you're not making too big of a mess to clean up afterwards. So, without further ado, let's talk about our first science experiment. Okay, for our first science experiment, I don't really have a name for it. It's almost like slime, but not really. It's kind of a weird substance that we're going to be making that when you poke your finger on it, it feels hard, but when you put your finger slowly into it, it feels like liquid. It's really weird. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a bowl. I have a glass bowl so you guys can see what I'm doing. You're going to need about a cup of water. I don't think we're going to use the whole cup of water. We'll figure this out together, but get about a cup just so you have it ready. And then cornstarch. Your mom probably has some, just ask her. And 1 cup measuring cup. So here we go. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna take the cornstarch very carefully and you're gonna measure a cup of it and you're gonna put it into your bowl. So let's do that together without making a mess, which I'm not very good at, to be honest with you. Cornstarch is super weird. It's kind of chalky and it's kind of chalky and it's not really like any other powder that I know of. It's weird. Anyway, wolf. Okay, I have it in here. I made a mess. You know what? We're gonna clean it up. It'll be fine. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have a fork to mix this, but you can also use your hands, which is probably what we're gonna end up doing anyway, so roll up your sleeves. Okay, so the trick here is you have your bowl of powder, right? This is just regular powder. And you're gonna mix the water in slowly. That's the trick. You don't wanna mix too much water in. So I'm gonna pour just a little bit in here. And I'm gonna start mixing it with my fork. What you want, ew, it's so weird. Okay, what you want is for the mixture to be kind of like pancake mix consistency. It'll be a little bit harder than that. Okay, so this is what happened. When I put the water in, I clearly didn't put enough in and it won't even let me stir it because it's so hard. So we're gonna add a bunch more water. I'm covered in cornstarch right now. All right, I added in about a half a cup of water. And I'm gonna try to mix it. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna use my hand. I think that might be the better option. Ew! It feels so weird. Okay, I'm gonna mix this. I'm gonna mix this really quick and then I will come back and let you know how much water I used. Okay, so what I've done is I used about a half a cup of water and I'm kind of slowly scraping along the bottom of the bowl with my fingers to make sure it's all mixed together. When you move your fingers slowly in the substance, you'll realize that it kind of feels like just water. It feels like thick water. But if you move your fingers quick, you'll feel the thick slime. So what I think we need to do actually is, I think I added too much water too quickly. So right now this looks really soupy. as you can see. So we're gonna add just a little bit more of cornstarch in it so that it gets thicker. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some cornstarch on top, just a little bit. And I'm gonna mix it in to see if I can help make it thicker. So I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I've got the final product. So some tips to help you when you're doing this at home is you're definitely gonna have to mix with your hands, not a fork, because it did not work. You're gonna have to mix with your fingers, and you're gonna have to get really dirty and scrape along the bottom and mix the cornstarch in with the water. I also had to I added in too much water originally, and so you're gonna have to add in a little bit more cornstarch at a time if you add in too much water like I did, which is fine, it'll work. But I will show you the final product. It's so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna move this so you can see. This stuff is a mess, so just ignore the huge mess that I made. But look, you see how it kind of looks like liquid? When you poke it really hard, it feels hard on top. The whole thing feels solid, like a solid gel, if you poke it hard and fast. But if you let your finger sink in slowly, it just goes in like liquid. And this stuff, when you pick it up, it's like liquid. It's so cool. So I can pick up some and I can kind of scrunch it around. You see how it kind of becomes chalky and then it kind of melts off my hands. All right, let me go wash my hands. I'll be right back. All right, that was science experiment number 1. Obviously, I made a huge mess and I'm gonna have to clean up. So I'm gonna clean up and you guys help your parents clean up and you clean up the mess that you made, because I know you made a mess. And we will come back together and we can start science experiment number 2, which is way less messy, I promise. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm mostly clean. I have one more science experiment for you, and this one's super quick and super easy. So all you're gonna need for this one is a bowl or a plate that kind of turns up a little bit, and you're gonna need to put some water in the bowl. So I have a layer of water in here, and then you're gonna need dish soap. You will not need this much, I promise. You'll need just a little dot, and you're gonna need pepper, and you're gonna need a toothpick. So these are all things you probably have around your house. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna see the reaction of the pepper to the dish soap. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take our bowl of water and we're gonna twist some pepper into it. You wanna get a good amount of pepper so that you can see a lot of it in the bowl. I'll show you how much I did. Oh, it smells like pepper. So that's how much I did. Okay. And then I have a little measuring cup just because it's easier. And I put my dish soap in the measuring cup so that you can clean it later and so that you can use a little bit for the experiment. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your toothpick and you're gonna dip it in the dish soap. I just have, hang on, I don't know if you can see how much I have. I just have a little bit on the end there. Just a little dot, you just need enough. Just a little bit so that the pepper can react. And let's see what happens whenever we put this toothpick in the middle of the pepper. You ready? Isn't that so cool? All the pepper goes the opposite direction as the dish soap. Okay guys, that was our last experiment. That's all I have for you today for Tune In Tuesday for Science with Maddie. Next time, we may be doing science. We may be reading a book. You never know with Tune In Tuesday. But make sure you tune in tomorrow for Win It Wednesday for a chance to win a gift card for you and your family. And make sure you tune in on the weekend for our services so that we can worship God together. All right, thanks guys. We miss you so much and we'll see you later.